It is Friday, June 7th, and we've got another limited time series number 2 for the version 7.3.6, the 2019 Le Mans update, and this one is for, as you can see, Aston Martin Vantage 59. For completing the series, of course, you get to win the car plus 60 gold, which is most likely going to be spent on upgrading the car to win. Now, on their website, they say the PR requirement to win this is like 97.1, which is obviously wrong because this car's PR only goes up to 58.8. So, yeah, that's just wrong. It's a typo. The more likely scenario is its base PR is 40.4 and the max PR is 58.8, so I'm gonna guess the requirement is in around 55 range. They typically ask for us to bring the PR up by about 15 points, with each tier of upgrades giving us the 5-point PR boost. And cost wise, considering that this car's cost is 400 gold and the price obviously is 60 here, so if we go with my formula, the upgrade cost is going to be around 230 gold. So that's my prediction. So let's jump in and find out how close I am. Alright, so Aston Martin Vantage 59 Championship, earn a 2019 Aston Martin Vantage 59 by completing 100% of this special limited time series. Aston Martin celebrate the 60th anniversary of their win at Le Mans with the special edition of the Vantage. Alright, so let's jump in here. And this one, the way they have partitioned that 60 gold prize in 25% completion increment is a little funky, isn't it? We got 5 for first 25%, but then we get 12 for 50% and 18 for 75%. They could have very simply made it 10 and 20, but no. They had to go with 5, 12, 18, and 25. Yes, I'm gonna say that's an odd series of numbers, but they're maybe just trying to mix things up, right? But my guess is that tier 4, right, to complete the 25% and win 5 gold is going to be just behind what we can do with the racing dollar upgrades only. So my guess is tier 4, the cup race is going to require PR of 45, 46, somewhere around there, just beyond what you can reach with racing dollar upgrades alone. And then after that, you know, you can get up pretty far once you spend gold. And I imagine, considering that this car's cost is 400, and as I said, my prediction is it's going to cost about 230 gold to upgrade, meaning basically the second tier upgrades are going to add up to cost us about 230. So none of the upgrades are going to be less than 5 gold. The gold upgrades, that is. So that's my guess. And that's just simply going by the trend. Right, so here, I'll use the gold to get it done right away. So we can confirm and verify actually what the final PR requirement is, because what they have on their website is obviously wrong. So let's find out, shall we? Beautiful ride though, looks like. It's Aston Martin, right? So Spirit of 59 is the bonus series this car is featured in, which you can find in Elite section of your career. And the series also features the 2016 Porsche 718 Cayman S, 2013 Ferrari 458 Italia, and this one. And 100% completion reward for that series is another 65 gold. And obviously, if you win this car, that bonus series unlocks. But here, let's head over there real quick. Spirit of 59. So those are the cars featured in this series. And if you don't win this car or don't buy any of the 3 cars featured in this series, then you can unlock this series by winning 27 trophies in where is it? Not that one, not that one, not that one, this one. Vanguard challenge, which is the essentially the first main career series. They used to force you to have to run through this first season of Speed Rush TV challenge in order to unlock this Vanguard challenge back in the day, but they have done away with it now. So this one, of course, if you reach, what level is it? Is it driver level 75 that unlocks the elite? I can't remember. It's been a while. But anyway, so that's where you'll find the bonus series. But here, let's jump into the actual limited time series, the task at hand, right? And jump to that final tier and verify or figure out what exactly the last tier PR is. I'm assuming it's gonna be around 55, but we got a 3-lapper Monza. It was road course, right? Of course. Cup race for the final cup race, and the PR requirement is, oh, it's slightly under 55. All right, but close, 54.3. All right, so that is something now that we know. So let me punch in that number here. So that is what? About, well, it's just under 14 points, right? 13.9 PR boost is what we need, because as you can see, the base PR is 40.4. So I'm going on the assumption that these first tier upgrades are going to be racing dollars across the board, and we got the start that way, 79,700 racing dollars for engine, and it is an hour wait. And drivetrain is another 74,200, right? And body is gonna be 58,900 racing dollars, and suspension is 68,000 even, and exhaust 67,200. Right, and then brakes 52,000. Finally, tires and wheels is going to be 62,400. Alright, so that first tier cash upgrade total cost is 462,400 gold. Did I say gold? I meant racing dollars. That's a lot of gold. 462,000. Yes. I meant racing dollars. And if you want to get it done right away, apparently it'll cost 63 gold. So let's do just that, and let's see. From 40.4, let's see how far we go up. Yes, it goes up to 45 even. So that gives us what, 4.6 PR boost. All right, so that is first tier, right? And then let's check out the second tier upgrades, which I'm expecting it's gonna be all gold. All right, so we start with 40 gold for engine, and that does unlock the racing dollar upgrade next tier. so we'll worry about that afterwards. So 38 gold for Drivetrain, and then 34 body. So far nothing is 5 gold. Suspension is gonna be 34, and exhaust should be fairly close to it. Exactly the same actually in this case. And then we've got 2 more categories. Brakes, 26. Alright, so we're up to 202 gold. My prediction was 230. I have a feeling it's gonna be slightly above 230. It's gonna be another 32, so that's 234. So I was off by 4 gold. Not too bad, but you know, pretty close, I would say. So anyway, that brings the PR up to 49.7. Alright, so, and the third tier upgrades were entirely racing dollars. So let's see, what we need is up to 54.3. So we've got 4.6 PR boost is what we need. So let's see if this third round of racing dollar upgrades gets us there. So this one, now they're gonna be 4-hour wait time. Starting with engine, 179,300. So 179,300. There we go. And then drivetrain is 166,800. And then the body is 132,500. Next category, suspension, 153,000. Exhaust, 151,200. Brakes is gonna cost 116,900. And finally, tires and wheels, 140,300. Alright, so that is third tier. Total racing dollar cost is 1,040,000. That's what it adds up to be. So that if you combine it, is like all the racing dollars it's gonna cost is what, around 1.5 million. So if you're tight on cash, hopefully you have enough for a racing dollars. Isn't this? I think this might be the cheapest car in this current this version, right? So yeah. Anyway, we'll spend 70 gold to get this done right away, and let's see, does it get the PR up to the target? 54.3. Right on. So right on the money once again. 3 upgrades across the board for the total cost of 234 gold. Of course, you get, what was the total reward? Was a 60. So you know, it's actually under 200 gold, 174 gold to be exact. 100, did I say 174? Yes. So we'll see how it handles once we start taking it out on the track. But you know what? It's Aston Martin. It's Vantage. I already like it. I'm sure it's gonna sound beautiful. It's gonna purr like none other. Or probably most likely it'll purr like all the others, all the other Vantages, right? But anyway, let's run through the series and find out what we got in store here. We got a Hunter to start off tier 1 at a dynamic circuit, so it's gonna be a pretty short one, and head-to-head at Brands Hatch, so that's another very short one. Just a single lapper there, and the Daytona Road Course Cup race, single lapper, and there's no PR requirement for tier 1. And of course tier 2, we're gonna need some racing dollar upgrades to get past that cup race at Bathurst. But before that, we got autocross at Red Bull Ring National Circuit, speed snap at the 24-hour circuit, Le Mans, and said the cup is going to be a single lapper Mount Panorama with the PR requirement of 43. So obviously it's above 40.4 base PR, so you do need some racing dollar upgrades, about half of them, because you know all of them does get you up to 45, right? PR 45. So nothing to see there. Tier 3 elimination at Dubai National Circuit, so it's an elimination. And endurance at Spa, and we got a cup race at Suzuka East, probably a couple of laps. Ooh, 3 laps. All right. What's the PR requirement? 44.3. All right. And then, see the trend. That was 44.3, so this is most likely gonna be above, just beyond the 45. So tier 4, we got a speed record at Berlin Circuit. Drag race. Do you care where it is? It's at Monza. And we got a cup race at Brands Hatch. 3 laps with the PR requirement of course, 45.3. So if you're running through this event, you're in it to win it. If you don't have enough gold, like 174 gold, to complete the series, then well, you actually need to kind of pay up front in order to get there. So let's keep it real. You need 234 gold, right? So if you don't have it, well, start farming, right? Okay, moving on. Tier 5, we got head-to-head at Nürburgring Sprint Circuit, single lapper, as always. Speed snap at Hong Kong, and we got cup at Circuit of the Americas Grand Prix, just a single lapper. And the PR requirement is 46.2, so of course at this point you all have to have some gold upgrades, of course, right? And chances are tier 10 is where our gold tier PR is gonna, how far that's gonna take us, 49.7. So tier 10 most likely gonna require like PR 50 or something like that. But before that, tier 6, we got autocross at Silverstone Grand Prix, endurance at Hockenheim National, and we got a Mazda Raceway Cup, 2 laps with the PR requirement of 47. Alright, tier 7, Hunter at Catalunya Club, so that's a single lap, pretty short circuit. I like Catalunya Club circuit, especially for autocross annihilation. It's by far the quickest. It takes what, depending on your car, if you're racing something like a P1 GTR, it takes you about 12-13 seconds to score a win there, so that is pretty awesome for those team events, right? Anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about though, so okay, back on task. We got elimination at Indianapolis Motor Speedway road course, and then we got a Melbourne Cup race, the city race, 3 laps with the PR requirement of 47.9, and that's what you need to claim the 50% reward, completion reward, because you only need 2 gold trophies in tier 8. But as I said, you're in it to win it if you made it this far. Alright, so we got a head-to-head at Hong Kong, single lap, yep. And we got autocross at Suzuka West, and cup to wrap up tier 8, the 50% mark, is gonna be Hockenheim short, 3 laps, with the PR requirement of 48.6, so we're getting pretty close to that 49.7 mark, right? Alright, tier 9, we got an endurance at the 24-hour circuit, Le Mans, and the speed record at Long Road Circuit of Porsche Test Track, and the cup to wrap up tier 9 is going to be at Monza Junior course, probably 4 laps. Alright, this is about where the lap count starts to get higher, right? And the PR requirement is 49.4. Alright, so we can make it through tier 9 with the second tier upgrades. But considering that third tier upgrades, it's 4-hour wait. Obviously, if you're like a fiend and just run through the series non-stop, then I'm sure you can get here before that 4-hour upgrades are done. But if you're like me, I like to kind of pace myself. So I'll just let the 4-hour run in between, races, and by the time I get to tier 10, hopefully they'll be all done, right? Alright, there are enough events in the game to keep you busy if you really think about it. Anyway, tier 10, we got Speed Snap at Silverstone Bridge Grand Prix, elimination at Dubai International Circuit, and the cup is going to be at Catalunya Grand Prix, 2 laps. Yep. And the PR requirement is 52 or 50.2. So, yeah, just 0.5 above what you can do with the second tier upgrades. But third tier upgrades, as we know, are all racing dollars. So, just a matter of waiting, right? 4-hour, which isn't too bad. Alright, moving on. Tier 11, we got Hunter at Mount Panorama, Endurance at Nürburgring Grand Prix, and Cup is going to be at the Brickyard Indianapolis Motor Speedway Road Course Triple Lapper with the PR requirement of 51 even. Alright, and tier 12, you need 1 gold trophy to claim that, 18 gold for 75% completion, right? We got an autocross at Daytona Road Course, which takes about a minute, depending on the car, somewhere around 50 seconds to a minute, right? So it's a long run. And then we got a speed record at Red Bull Ring Grand Prix, so that's a full lap. And the cup to wrap up tier 12 is going to be at Circuit of the Americas National Circuit, so this is going to have a higher lap count. 3 laps, okay, it's not too bad. With the PR requirement of 51.7. Alright, tier 13, we got Speed Snap at Berlin, and Hunter at Mazda Raceway, and the cup is going to be at Dubai Grand Prix, 2 laps with the PR requirement of 52.5. So no surprises so far. Tier 14, Endurance at Hockenheim Grand Prix, Autocross at Mount Panorama, and Cup at Silverstone National, 5 laps with the PR requirement of 53.4. So no rogue tier that has higher PR than the last tier 15 with the 54.3, right? So tier 15, we got speed record at Daytona Motorcycle Course, head-to-head at New York Circuit, and as we saw earlier, the cup to wrap up the event is at Monza Road Course, 3 laps with the PR requirement of 54.3, which you can get there by getting 3 upgrades across the board. That's a trend, So, just looking at it, speed record at Daytona is almost never possible with unserviced car. So, that's gonna require a service most likely, or some severe bot training and having to run turn around at the beginning, possibly. But I mean, just get the car serviced. What, it's a 3-hour service time, right? Most likely, yep. So that's 6 ads. So that's not too long, right? So let's get it done and over with, right? And then tier 14, do we have anything that might cause trouble? Not really. Autocross and Mount Panorama is always fun. The hill climb, right? Tier 13, Speed Snap. That's a new track, so I still am not familiar with. I think it's right after the second to last hairpin, right? I think that's where the Speed Snap at Berlin is. So that doesn't seem like it's a terribly difficult spot. It's an important spot, but not necessarily difficult, at least the limited runs that I've had with the Speed Snap there. I don't think you need to service the car, but we'll see. This is kind of later on in the series, so the target might be higher, you know. So, and then Hunter at Mazda Racer. It's a Hunter, so it shouldn't be too difficult. Speed record at Red Bull Ring, I don't think is really, a problem. Autocross, unlike Speed Snap or Speed Record, is an issue at Daytona. And then Endurance Hunter. So none of these events, most of them, I don't foresee them causing. I feel like you can run most of these in critical condition in red if you already have all your upgrades in place, right? Yeah, Speed Snap at Silverstone Bridge Grand Prix is one of the easiest, I think. It's the checkpoint is right after that bridge, after you come out of the bridge with a right-hander. So usually you have a lot of speed you're carrying through there. So speed record at the long road circuit is rarely an issue there, and the autocross is pretty straightforward. Yeah, so as I always say, it's always the speed event that becomes a bit of an issue when you're running in red in critical condition, but I don't see too many. And certain tracks are kind of known as causing a bit of a trouble, like Daytona being one of the big ones. Monza can be a little tricky at times. And let's see, what are some other tracks that causes a bit of trouble if you're being stubborn and don't feel like servicing your car? It's for most of you guys, I'm sure it's a non-issue. Let's see. Only reason why I know this is because I just kind of run through the series without servicing the car as far as I can, just to show that it is how far you can go, And oh yeah, Mount Panorama Speed Snap can be a little tricky if you're, running with an unserviced car. And let's see, Speed Snap at Hong Kong is not an issue, and of course, drag race can be a challenge, but I feel like that's the only drag race here, right? The whole event, there's only one. I didn't see any. So considering that it's fairly early on, once again, if you got your upgrades in place, it shouldn't be an issue. And from our, once again, limited stint at Berlin Circuit, speed record seems like a pretty straightforward shot. We know exactly where to set that record, so elimination, endurance, drag race, all those, I feel like, the venues are somewhat irrelevant. I mean, they're fun to have in different places, don't get me wrong, but what I'm saying is, unlike the Speed Snap or Speed Record, where it takes place can make a difference, whether you have to service the car or not, those other ones, I don't think they play as big of a role. Oh yeah, and then I guess elimination at Dubai can be a challenge, because that main straight, when you start off, is one of the longer ones. So if you're racing with this Vantage 59 without having driven this car once in the game yet, it's not one of the faster cars. It's kind of midway, right? The PR in the 50s, 40s and 50s. So I'm not sure if you can overtake a car if you're running in critical condition. but I don't even remember if we had did we have an elimination at Dubai? I might have to run through it again. Run through the series one more, kind of quickly run through. Autocross, as I said, is rarely an issue. Speed snap at 24-hour circuit. I don't think it would be too big of a deal considering it is tier 2, right? So let's see, elimination at Dubai National. Okay, we do have one, but that's fairly early on. Once again, tier 3. I don't think it's gonna be an issue. Later on is a different story, right? Because obviously your bots are a lot more competitive, and elimination at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. I don't think it's as long as Dubai. I could be wrong, but I am. Oh, there, elimination at Dubai International Circuit. So there you go. That one might not be possible unserviced, just because they just leave you in the dust before they have to make their first corner, right? So yeah. So there we go. Just a quick overview here. So once again, to sum up the series, it'll cost 234 gold. You get 60 of it back. Maximum PR required is 49.7, not 97.1. It's impossible to get there. Not with this car. So this car's PR, when you max it out, does go up to 58.8, but that's obviously not necessary. Let's see. And the series, this bonus series, Spirit of 59, that this car is featured in, I believe this is the only car that can get the PR up to 58.2. I'm just going on a hunch because this car's max PR is 58.8, and the other two cars, the 4.5 at Italia, I don't think can reach that far, and the Cayman S, I'm pretty certain cannot make it that far. So, you know, if you want the 100% completion in that bonus series, you're gonna have to bring this car's PR up even higher to 58.2. But we'll worry about that when we come to that point, right? So for now, this Vantage 59 Championship is open. It will run through, let's see, the Monday, the 17th of June. If you're on the Eastern Hemisphere, that means for me, it's gonna be Sunday, the 16th of June. So for those of you in Western Hemisphere, like myself, in the American continents, right? We're gonna be wrapping it up on Sunday. So check your time zone and plan accordingly. So that does it for me for this video. So hope you guys found the information useful, and we'll see you on the track. Good luck.